Alright, to upload purchase request with the purchase request for library note. To upload purchase request to the library, purchase request for library note. Only specifically identified purchase request administrators can upload add new purchase request for the purchase library. Open purchase library, check on the left hand side of the open the library. Click on the library action, upload purchase request zip file, close, click browse, navigate, and double click purchase request zip file. Purchase request library will refresh. Purchase request administration cursor review to make sure the new purchase requests are not listed. Open purchase request. The open purchase request section on the left hand side expand throughout the dates available to properly groups or enter the specific proper purchase request order number for the search for the purchase request. Click search. Click the purchase request order number to open the purchase request file. Note the purchase request file does not open if it is not visible to completing step 3. Try selecting view with its HTML. On the left hand side, then review steps 2, 3 above. Review the purchase request to make sure they contain the right information. To assign the purchase request to an individual, open the purchase request. Select for the appropriate individual, aka number, name. Note the individuals can assign with the proper point of the group. It will be listed. If you do not see the specific individual listed under the AKO name, drop the chain of the proper point of the appropriate group. Then review steps 2 with the contact with your local administrator to make sure the individual is assigned the appropriate proc points. Optional, uncheck the email box to not send an email notification to assign an individual. Check the chain with the proc point name, aka name. Note if email is left click, the email notification will be sent to selected individual, letting them know that the purchase request has been assigned to him or her. To assign the purchase request for the paperless contract file cabinet, open the purchase request, select for the appropriate contract number, the DO or TO number, the modification number, the chain cabinet. Note the purchase request file cabinet must already exist, but must also have been created, and an urge message will appear with the cabinet selected for the step 2 does not exist. Purchase request will close the purchase request for the library with the purchase request will reflect with the sign of the purchase request file cabinet. The file will also be uploaded with the final record to select with the cabinet. No, the purchase request will previously assigned with the purchase cabinet contract file cabinet. Change of the contract number, the DOT number, the modification number, the original assignment will call for the purchase request to be moved from original cabinet, new cabinet. Delete the purchase request, open the purchase request, click delete. No, the purchase request will previously assigned with the paperless contract file cabinet. Delete the purchase request will only remove the purchase request from the library. Purchase request will still be available to access last cabinet. In the last cabinet, the purchase request was assigned prior to deletion. To assign multiple purchase requests to an individual, note the process allows for the user to select the multiple purchase requests he or she has access to. The assignment of them are all same individual. Open the purchase request library section on the left hand side. Open the left hand side, select for the multiple, select expand data groups to list for the purchase request. Check for the box name next to the purchase request to assign the individual. Open left hand side, click process. Select the list. You'll check the purchase request will appear. Optional purchase request will be selected in error. Click remove next to the purchase request. Remove it from the list. Select the appropriate individual user, aka name. No, only individuals currently assigned with the proper point group will be listed. If you do not see a specific individual listed under the aka name, drop down chain with the proper point with the appropriate group of the redo step 7. Contact local administrator to make sure the individual assigned with the appropriate proper points. Optional, uncheck the email to not send an email notification. Assign individual change. Click change proc point, aka name. Note if the email is checked with the email notification will be sent selected with the individual, letting know the purchase request has been assigned to him or her. To assign a multiple point purchase request to a paperless contract file cabinet. Open the purchase request file library selection on the left hand side. Open the left hand side, click multiple, select expand with the date of the group, select with the purchase request, check for the box, link with the purchase request to assign with an individual, click on the left hand side, click process. The list check for the purchase request will step forward will appear with the optional purchase request selected within the area. Click for the remove the next to the purchase request and remove the list. Select for the appropriate contract number, the TO number, the modification number, click change cabinet. Know the personal paperless contract file cabinet must also be ready to exist. Have not been created, an error message will appear with the cabinet selected for the 2 does not exist. Purchase request file will close with the purchase request library with the purchase request will reflect with the assigned paperless contract file cabinet. File itself will not be uploaded with the final record select with the cabinet. Note the purchase request was previously assigned with the paperless contract file cabinet. Change with the contract number, the DOT number, the modification number from the original assignment will call for the purchase request to be moved with the original cabinet to the new cabinet. Cabinet structures. Document up with the paper contract file may be stored in an organized, logical, consistent manner to aid with the organization. Paperless contract file specific structure approved with the DASAP, consisting of a few different layers and organizational objects. Cabinets 1, 2 categories, 3 folders, and 4 documents. Cabinet. Virtual electronic container will use to organize and store documents in the paperless contract file with the paperless contract file. Cabinet created with the paperless contract file. User defined with the following elements. Cabinet information, cabinet name, and order identifying and information. Cabinet security wall with the contracting customer. You with the access of the cabinet with the file upload with the cabinet. The customers are limited to access of the customer viewable the documents only with the cabinet record management information to be established with the archival retention rate with the cabinet established with the acquisition milestone for the action to provide with the Army senior leadership. Cabinet folder with folders will be available. The cabinet Avery procurement of reaction solicitation based contract or modification needs to be set up through its own paperless contract file cabinet in order to satisfy senior leadership reporting paperless contract file information. As an alternative to the paperless contract file menu bar, right click with the cabinet name, E with the top of the open cabinet from the left hand side with the green X with the cabinet actions menu bar with the category element used to provide local or logical organization with the paperless contract file with the categories are established with the file with the paperless contract file folder structure cannot be changed with the remove of the otherwise modified. Therefore, anywhere of the level 1 through 3 categories, depending on the how and when and how the cabinet was created. The new cabinet with the paperless contract file with the May 2012 will have 3 level the categories. Only categories folders can exist in the categories. Folder and element either provide logical organization upload with the documents. If the folders are adding with the cabinet files created with additional folder that can be added with the existing cabinet when if needed with the 2 types of folder paperless contract file. System folders, folders who name the location cabinets are already defined with the folders for the system folder presented with the during cabinet creation with the folder selection list. User chief of the folders included with the cabinet folders can also be added and removed with the cabinet after created. Note that the cabinets created with the, October 16, 2008, clone with the cabinets created after the date with the DASAP, approved with the Army Cabinet Index of the October 2008, ACI as a source available. The system folder, the Army Cabinet Index folder structure contains approximately 321 folders that can potentially be added to the cabinets. Once the cabinet is created with the folder structure, the cabinet can be changed outside of the leave and the cabinet created with a new cabinet with a new action, the new folder structure deployed after the cabinet has been created with the cabinet will continue with the original folder structure as it was built with. Use folders, user folders, subfolders, system folders, user names added to the cabinets that help organize multiple folder files under the system folder. Example, the contractor offers a system folder would be logical, appropriate to use the customer user folder to help keep the proposal files and multiple offers organized separately. As an alternate action, the Pcf menu bar, right to click the folder to access the folder with the action menu. The document file will upload with the Pcf. The file cannot be uploaded to general cabinets categories within the cabinet. Files must be uploaded into an existing Pcf file cabinet. Documents can be marked with 1 or 2 viewable status. Contract access only with the customer viewable. The viewable status determined with the customer. You with the add with the cabinet with the customer edge with the customer reads will only be accessed with the documents marked with the customer viewable status. As an alternate, you with the Pcf menu bar, right click with the document action with the document action menu. Cabinet document made up data panel with the navigate with the Pcf menu cabinet with the right side with the screen with the provide with the details related with the selected object within the cabinet order cabinet category folder document. See with the next page with the description of each object available in the metadata panel. Cabinet information will display on the right side with the cabinet open with the continuing with the display with the cabinet is open no matter the lower level the object is in the cabinet selected. Folder information will be displayed on the right side of the folder is selected. No customers have been added with the cabinet will be able to see only the customer view will the documents have been uploaded with the cabinet. If the yellow folder the use of the document cannot count to tell with the contracting access only the documents uploaded into the cabinet. Document information will display on the right side of the file selected. See the next 3 pages with the detail of the description of each of the fields available for the metadata panel. Cabinet information, metadata panel, object description, cabinet access role of the user within the cabinet. Contracting granting officer list of the primary granting officer currently identified with the cabinet. Contract specialist of the primary contract specialist currently identified with the cabinet. Cabinet created by list of person created with the cabinet. The RPA point of contact AKO named identified with the request purchase agreement point of contact will only display the RPA has been started. Acquisition status displayed by the current staff of the acquisition. No milestone schedule pre-awarded, awarded, activity inactive, unknown, or closed per information of the paperless contract file, acquisition milestone, and or external systems. The UAC status. If the cabinet UAC cabinet will be displayed with the UAC status. Dollars obligated. Current value of the individual contract action proposal associated with the FPDSNG record. No display of the actual award date has been saved and the acquisition milestone, or if not matching the CAR available after the actual award date is saved. Opens the post-award information dialog. Dollars obligated total. Current total value associated with the obligated dollars. Base contract order for the added modification. Base contract order as multiple than associated with the FPDSNG record. Not displayed with the non-actual award date has been saved with the acquisition milestone with non-matching CAR available. After the actual award date is saved, open to the post-award information dialog. Cabinet log. Click the view. Open. Click View Log to open Cabinet Log. Click Add Comment to add a new comment to the Cabinet Log. Pre-award number display with the pre-award number to associate with the PCF file. Cabinet available solicitation display. This displays the solicitation number associated with the PCF cabinet. If available, the RPA, request for purchase agreement. If and when the RPA has been created with the contracting office special with the task will display with a link to the view edit with the open dialog. Acquisition milestones. Open the acquisition milestone dialog. Funding FMS information. Opens the funding and FMS information dialog. Metadata panel object supplemental information. Opens supplemental information dialog. PRAFT opens pre-review automated forecasting tool. Protest clicks view with the active of the existing protest record. Click create with the create a new protest record. Post-award information opens the post-award information dialog. Only available the actual award date. Enter and save the acquisition milestone claims. Click the view with access. Existing claim records. Click create to create a new claim record. Only available the actual award date. Enter and save the actual acquisition milestones. Definization info. Identify with the unidentified contractual action that definizes modification address. Only available the modification definization cabinets procurement modification and modification definization pending work file cabinet show for the current review of the cabinet currently submitted with the review only display with the cabinet currently pending a review with the only display when the nothing else on the cabinet has been selected. List of 5 actions and cabinet show for the list of 5 cabinet log events only displayed when the nothing else on the cabinet has been selected. Completed workflow shows any completed canceled cabinet reviews if they occur but the only display has nothing else on the cabinet been selected. Missed upcoming milestones show the forecasted milestone that have been missed and the forecast date is in the past is upcoming. The forecast date the 14 days left in the current day only display when nothing else from the cabinet has been selected. Folder information metadata panel objective for the description folder type display with the selected folder system generator folder the view of the created folder with the document count display with the count of the documents currently in the folder as per the view status of the designation count with the customer view with the documents count with the contracting analyst only the documents in the folder. Document information metadata panel object with the description. Status display with the document with the draft staff, final staff with pending workflow. The display with the workflow with the document currently pending with the formal workflow version. Display with the current PCF version number of the document. Uploaded by display with the user uploaded with the current version of the document. Uploaded on display with the date with the current version document was uploaded. Document log, click with the view log, open with the document log, click add with the comment with the add with the new comment with the document log. The RP document save of the document identified as part of the RPA display with the current RPA status of the document. View display with the current viewable status of the document. Contract access only with the contract viewable. The customers can only with the customer view the documents. They will not see with the viewable task field with under the document information. Section pending work document with the display with the workflow the type of the current review the approved with the version for the sent for the review requested due date with the workflow with the active formal workflow that only displayed when the document is selected. There's 5 actions. Display with the action. You with the performing the action with the version. Action with the perform with the date with the action. Perform only display with the document selected. Completed workflow document. Display with the type of the completion action. Take with the you with the completed workflow event with the version with the workflow event was performed. Again for the day the action was taken. Only display with the document and selected. So the view of my workflow and show the documents campaigning of the workflow action submitted, work for cabinets for work forwarded, workflow missing upcoming milestones, missing my unawarded actions, my expiration having the cabinet assignments, document cabinet workflow review approval due and date and status. View my workflow, personalized PCF display with the track documents cabinet involved with the workflow, formal workflow with the PCF, the document cabinet with the currently pending review would show up with the pending review with my workflow view with my workflow will appear with the main part of the screen, the view with the first log with the PCF, there's view with the 8 tab to make up the my workflow view depending on the role. Access some of the workloads will not be disputed with the documents cabinet depending on the workflow with the display with the list of the document cabinets currently pending the review of the current approval of the signature logged in user. When it disappeared with where my workflow immediately after the view of the complete with the workflow is canceled. Document cabinet submitted with the workflow cabinet display with a list of document cabinet lagged when the user submitted with the review of the currency of the approval of the signature disappears 14 days after the pending review and approval of the complete with the workflow is canceled. Document cabinets have work forwarded for the workflow action. Action display the local list of the documents cabinet still pending workflow with the login user for the review occurrence and approval of the signature part, completing his or her own pending work immediately after the complete of the workflow canceled. Missed upcoming milestones display with the milestone with the missed and the forecasting complete with the upcoming forecast completed within the next 14 days with the cabinet with the user assigned with the primary KO specialist. This tab is not available. The customer uses disappears when the actual date of the milestone entered within the current forecast date is revised. My unawarded action contractor user displays a list of cabinets with at least one milestone forecasted but has no actual award date for the cabinet. Then the user disappears when the actual award date is entered. Assigned for the primary, secondary KO, and KS, the customer user display the list cabinets have at least milestone forecast, no actual award date, any of the cabinet, and the user has access. The request purchase agreement workflow contractor customer user display with a list of cabinets with either the primary, secondary customer point of contact or primary KO, KS. Therefore, progress is accepted requirements package to be tracked and disappears 14 days after 7th complete with the RPA with the contracting officer. My expiring action contractor user display with a list of award cabinets. Cabinets must have the actual award date with the entrance date with the U with the primary, secondary KO, and KS. Have the perv with the current with the completion date with the action based on the information FPDS NG action to be set expire with 120 days or less or 14 days or less past expiration dates. Customer user displays list of the award cabinets. Cabinets must have actual award date entrance for the user for the customer, edit of the customer reader as part of the current completion of the day action based on the information FPDS NG action set expire with 120 days or less with the 14 days after the last expiration date. Disappeared when the per information from the FPDS NG with the action completion of the day is no longer with 120 days or less within the future with 14 days or more in path. The use of the situational awareness regarding actions about the Pcf takes automatic no action. The contracting order action ends with in some case with the action may need no extension will be exercised no file with the contract orders need within no additional action will need to be taken. Cabinet assignment. The display with a list of cabinets have been created with the customer submitted with the contracting have not been assigned with the contracting officer specialist used with the contracting gatekeeper. The PCF administrator is only the process of assigning cabinets that the customer has created with the contracting list tab only when disappeared when the contracting gatekeeper administrator the action submitted with the customer cabinet assigned with the cabinet 2 with the contracting officer and or specialist return with the cabinet 2 with the customer over the days for additional work. Available to contracting gatekeepers and administrator. My unassigned actions display with the customer cabinet, you with the customer manager if they have not been submitted to the contracting gatekeeper, the EKO specialist assignment that has been previously submitted to the currently pending award assignment. Tab is not available to the contracting user. If it disappears when the contracting gatekeeper on the PCF or the PCF administrator assigned with the cabinet to the KO specialist. Click View My Workflow of the PCF menu bar at any time of the return of the My Workflow. View see Section 4.2 Formula Workflow of the PCF for more information regarding the review of the approval of the process of PCF. See Section 5.2 Acquisition Milestones for more information regarding acquisition milestone functionality. Note, contracting users can set up the default View My Workflow tab that will be open for the login the PCF under the Help My PCF profile with the default workflow tab open field not available to customer and users. Note, administrators can view and help the user the workflow with a help the user workflow functionality. The function also with the look of the view or My Workflow tabs have the different users to see which documents currently pending to see if the PCF cabinets have been missed upcoming milestone for the particular user. Select library. All PCF orgs have 2 libraries. Active library with the default library login. Retention library with where any of the cabinets cancel with the cabinet action cancel solicitation or close cabinet action close cabinet will be moved. 2. All cabinet retention library with the read only with the contact log local org administrator of the cabinet if they need to be reactivated. Additional contract management, file management updates. Change the library, click library action, select library, select either the default with the active library with the potential library with the currently selected library will have the bullet note next to it. See section 2.4 closing the library for the more information. Profit to move the cabinet for the default active library for the potential library. Search library, library action, search library allows you to search for the cabinets for the search for the documents file name. Search for cabinets. Click with the library action. Search library. Click with the magnifying glass icon under the library cabinets section on the left-hand side. Select with the search for cabinets tab with the not already selected. Then with the search parameters. If one more of the fields for the search, click search. Search the window will close with the resulting list of the cabinets based on the search parameter will show on the left panel. Note the search for the cabinet function will return with a list of the cabinets with the selected library active the retention with the Pcf the organization match the user search parameters, including cabinets you may have access to after researching with the cabinets for the user that does not have access to. It will be grayed out, italicized list. The user will not be able to access opening with the cabinet with the content instead of the user will get an error message. See section 1310 for the search for the cabinets across all orgs. Search for the file. Search for files. Click the library action. Search library. Click the magnifying glass icon under the library cabinet section on the left-hand side. Search the files for the files tab. If not, or select the engine search parameter document name field with a list of one additional field. Note, a minimum of the first two characters for the first file name must be entered within the document name file with the end or one another criteria must be completed with a percentage sign as a wildcard. Document name file is needed with the AC document wildcard. Will find the document starting with the acquisition or acceptance. We click search. The resulting list of files based on the search parameters will show up at the bottom of the search window. Click on the cabinet name of the code of the search window. Open, select the cabinet. Open, click on the document name of the open and download document. Leave the search window open and click on the folder location. Close the search window. Open the selected of the cabinet and jump directly to the specific folder location of the document. Search the cabinets across all orgs. Library action. Search for the cabinet across all orgs. All used for the search for the C of the cabinet exhibit based on the cabinet name of the Pcf of the organization. This can be used to see specific cabinet solicitation contract order modifications exist somewhere with the Pcf regardless if the searching user has access or not. Click the library action. Search for the cabinets across all orgs. Enter the complete award number or the complete solicitation contract number. Optional. Enter the delivery task order with the modification number is applicable. Click submit. All cabinets exist with the Pcf org matching with the search for the criteria will appear with the Pcf org with the cabinet located with the cabinet staff. The individual user assigned with the manager of the cabinet. Mypcf Summary. Mypcf Summary, new addition to the Pcf menu bar, allow the user to run the VCE BI report filtered on various levels of the information summarize the Pcf information cabinet size, cabinet assignment under an awarded action. Based on the established filter values of dialogues along with the UV that identifies specific information to be used for the filter report with the options can be used the one-time ad hoc run Pcf summary report as saved as the default for the future runs. Note this function is only available to contracting granting officer with the per VCE warrants the contract specialist or per VCE M&S Pcf user for the branch chief permission and Pcf administrator. Also the user must have active separate VCE BI account to run the report. Alright, running the Mypcf summary report. Running the report with the Mypcf summary function. Select with the Mypcf summary. Optional add, remove the selected primary contracting granting officer. Include branch chief and administrators only. The contracting grant officer with not only as the branch chief and administrator will only be able to run with the Pcf support summary report whether the his or him or you identified with the primary contractor granting officer. Optional add, remove selected primary specialist to be included with the contractor specialist cannot be modified with the primary contractor granting officer selection. Step 2 or the contracting specialist option can only be run by the Pcf summary report when his user or his or her is identified by the primary contract specialist. Optional, use the customer filter limited with the report with the information specialist contract PM director results. Select view of the Mypcf summary in order to see the result of the next window. New window will open the review of the VCE BI report. User may need the CAC PIN in order to proceed with and change the made with the selection default of the initial will display with the confirmation. Dialog will display offering side with the new selection of the default will select yes in order to keep those settings for the next time. Note just to review the report. Note multiple view values in a similar filter option will be used and or the different values across the 3 different fields will be used and screenshot itself will show me the report where KO Adam Rothschild, KO and where K is Heather, the KS is Heather White and or Jason Chris. Yes. Saving a new default report for all of the steps above the description and how to run the report until the setting that would be established for the default with the running of the Pcf Summary report with this function. Select save the default, save the use value of the new next time the report the running note if the change has been made with the existing default, but the option will not be selectable. 2. Document storage. Cut the tape there.